Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to review how the Supertrend indicator works and introduce a strategy to trade binary options using the Supertrend indicator. Alright, I'm on the pocket option platform right now, and as you can see, I'm on the Bitcoin chart, and I will change the chart type to candles, and I can add the Supertrend indicator, which is right here. Alright. So let's begin by introducing the Supertrend indicator and see how it works. Basically, the Supertrend indicator, as the name suggests, tells us whether the trend is bullish or bearish. And it has some parameters that you can choose, like the average true range period and the multiplier. Just for a little explanation, and the Supertrend indicator's formula contains the average true period multiplied by a multiplier, which here you can see is set to 3, and the ATR itself will take a period, for example 10 candles before and so on. So you can play with these. I will set these to what it is right now. Okay, and now I'm going to show you some steps that you can take and a strategy that you can trade binary options with using the Supertrend indicator. Alright, the first thing you need is to choose an asset class that is already trending. For example, Bitcoin. As you can see, today's price action is a little choppy and it's a little range bound, and that is not what we want because the Supertrend indicator does not perform well in consolidating markets. So let's look at the forex pairs, for example, euro dollar. All right, the euro dollar has been trending recently, as you can see, and I think it would be a good option. All right, now let's explain the strategy first. Okay, as you can see, I'm on the euro dollar 5-minute chart, and the idea is to execute a trade whenever the super trend shifts. All right, so as you can see, in this period the super trend was showing a bearish trend, and right at this candle's close the super trend has shown a bullish signal. All right, whenever the first candle of the bullish signal closes, we're going to execute a trade. So we're going to, of course, trade the higher binary option. All right. And the other factor and parameter we're going to set is, of course, the time of expiry. So for the expiration time, we're going to set it to 5 candles later. All right, guys, this is important. So if you're on the 1-minute time frame, you're going to set the timer to 5 minutes. I'm on the 5-minute right now, so I'm going to set it to 25 minutes, for example. But of course, I'm not going to trade the 5 minutes. I prefer to trade the 1 minute. Okay, now that you know the strategy, let's begin. And of course, one more thing is that I will risk only 1% of my account for this strategy for every trade. All right, my account is a $50,000 demo account. So I'm going to put here $500 per trade. So this will be my investment amount. All right, let's now go to the 1-minute time frame. Okay, as you can see, the market is trending down. So I'm going to wait until a shift occurs, and then I'm going to enter the trade. Okay guys, the trend has shifted bullish, and now I'm gonna enter the binary options trade. So we should wait. Alright guys, the first trade is a winner and we're going to wait for the second one. So we can either wait or we can look at other pairs that seem to be creating a new trend and shifting. Something to explain is that the trend shifts when the price either breaks above or below the super trend indicator. Okay, so let's look at other pairs. Alright, this is the Australian dollar versus US dollar, and I'm going to execute another trade. As you can see, we had a bearish shift, and I've executed, again risking $500, and with a 5-minute expiration time. So let's see what happens. Alright, the second trade was a loser. So you might ask yourself why. I can really say that, the trading game is a game of statistics and probabilities, but this is not the case here. As you can see, the Australian dollar was in a choppy phase. One of the first points we mentioned in this video was that we are not going to trade choppy markets. So I included this trade purposefully here to show you that the super trend indicator can really make you lose money if you trade it wrong and in choppy markets. All right, so let's look for another pair that is trending and let's wait for a signal. All right, guys, back to the euro dollar chart. We're going to wait and see if the trend makes a bearish shift. So it's already testing the super trend, but it's staying above it. So we should wait. Meanwhile, we can also look at other pairs like euro yen. Alright, euro yen is also on the verge of a breakout and of course a bullish shift. So you can see that the euro yen pair is a lot better than the previous pair because it's really demonstrating a more clear price action. Of course, it's sometimes range bound, but the trends are a lot more clear and a lot less choppy. All right. Now we get the higher signal, so I'm going to execute the trade and we're in. So let's wait for 5 minutes and see what happens. Alright guys, the third trade is a winner. As you can see, this is what happens when you trade a trendy market and not a choppy one. So of course this strategy is not gonna have a 100% win rate, but the win rate is pretty high as I already use it. But of course I'm not advising you to use the same strategy. You can play with the parameters yourself or even use other criteria for entry. For example, entering after 2 or 3 candles or entering on retests when the price pulls back toward the super trend to enter, or other things like you can change the expiration time and change the time frame you want to trade in, and even adding some criteria. For example, you can go to the higher time frame and for example the 5 minute, and as you can see here the price was choppy, but here it was a clear uptrend. So for example you're going to trade right here when the price is in an overall uptrend. So when you drop down to the 1 minute, you're only going to enter higher binary options, not lower, because you're going to trade with the trend. Okay, so when this strategy and the signal occurs and we have a bullish shift on the lower time frame on the 1 minute, that is when we're going to enter. So for example, when the 1 minute bullish shift occurs, you should always be aware that the 5 minute should also be in an uptrend. So this will really boost your probability of winning because you're trading with the trend and not against it. Okay, and I think that's it. Alright, so feel free to adjust the parameters of our trading. For example, changing the risk, of course, based on the win rate and of course your risk tolerance, changing the time and expiry time, or even changing the parameters of the super trend indicator. It's a really useful indicator to wrap it up, but of course you always have to backtest and do some period of demo trading to be sure that you're profitable before transitioning to real trading. And if you want to use a free demo account, I will suggest Pocket Option demo account because it's free and you can access it via the link in the description. Thank you guys. See you next time.